So you want to learn how to do the basics using user style stylish and being able to create your own custom themes. I am going to be using Google as an example, and you're going to have to think of a layout of how you want to do this. The theme that I'm going to be doing is going to be like a dark gray here. This is going to be like a little bit of a brighter gray. It makes it look like it's inside of like the background being gray. The buttons are going to be like a dark gray. This is going to be like a dark blackish gray top edge with box shadow. So that's what I have in my mind of how I want to do this. I'm not saving it. It's not going to be a theme. It's just going to be a demonstration of how to do this. There's a few things you're going to need to know. I'm going to be using Google Chrome for my browser of choice to be modified. A lot of people use Firefox and Google. Those are the two main browsers, and there is a bit of difference in between these two browsers. As an example, let me go over to my search engine real quick, and I'll show you a demonstration. Let's go over to, give me a sec here, I'm just going to change my theme here to like dark here, make it look a little easier. I'm going to go over to Tools, go to Gradient here as an example. This liner gradient will work on both Firefox and Google Chrome, but originally Mozilla liner gradient is for like the older version browsers of Mozilla. There's Microsoft Explorer Edition, there is Operas, and then just you get the idea. WebKit, right? So every browser is different, and they are all different in versions. The more versions that end up getting released, they normally put new editions of stuff in there, like CSS3 stuff to Canvas to newer stuff as the years go by. So you got to know your choice of what your theme's going to be able for. And you got to think, not for you, you think about your users for that. So what I'm going to do now is get on with the theming. Since I told you all that, what I'm going to do, let's just close that. I'm going to start off with going to manage install styles. I'm using my own customized stylish, so I'm just letting you guys know. I'm just going to open this up. I'm going to call this Google demo down here. You're going to make sure that it applies to Google only. If you leave it just like this goes global, and when you go to customize something in here, it can affect every website with those type of elements. So make sure that you set this for Google. If you don't, then somebody installs it, they're going to get pissed off because your theme is affecting everything else. So I'm going to go to domain. I'm going to type in google.com. This demonstration is going to affect Google and Google Canada. So as domains, as see, got that up. Save it, and it bugged out. Give me a sec here. For some reason, it ends up doing that every single time. I don't know. Save it. All right, okay, it's saved properly now. All right, so what I'm going to do is normally every website has body as a background color. I normally, for my themes, I normally get rid of body and I make it transparent, and I use the HTML as my background color. That's how I do my themes, since HTML is the main complete script for the whole entire site from top to bottom. That's normally what I do. Body is not. There's normally like a header in between, but with headers you don't put styles in it. So the list goes on when it comes to developing shit like that. But since Google uses their body, I'm going to change that. So I'm going to make this body like a dark color like that, which looks pretty good. What I'm going to do, I don't need this color. I'm going to be doing something completely different. So I'm just going to copy this over to the editor. Basically what you're doing is you're going to be building your theme in the browser, and basically you're going to copy your code over to this to save it. That is it. So in body, like I said, I don't need color. I can get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of this little bracket here. I'm going to put important. If I can spell here. And I'm going to cut it off. Alright, I'm just going to put a little space in here, like so. Just make it look nice. Alright. what I did was important. I just removed this instead, and I put important. What important does is it overrides the main style sheet. So when it overrides the main style sheet, you can be able to put whatever on. If you're a developer and you're building your own website, I highly recommend not using that unless you really need to, and if one of your scripts is not working and you have to do it like that. But that's completely something else. So anyways, my background color is going to be like that for body. I'm going to save that, so now it's going to stay applied. I'm just going to move this over here. I can refresh and it'll permanently stay like that. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work with the links and the text. So I'm going to put a link and put a little bracket down there. I'm also going to do a visited, and that will be it for this part. I'm also going to be doing a hover. I'll explain what this is here in a couple of seconds. I'm also doing a active. Oops. Alright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in color pound 1 2 3 4 5 6, and I'm just going to cut it off with important. That's just a demonstration of my color here. Alright. That looks a little bit cleaner. Damn it. I'm also going to copy that over here. Alright. So what a link does is when you go to a website, you get a link. And that will be the color of the link. If you clicked on that link before in the past and you go to revisit it, you'll notice that the revisit will be your next color. So you can choose it for that. A hover, when you have hover active, when you hover over something, it will it'll change that color. If you have clicked it and it's being active, it'll stay to that color. So that's basically what this is. I'm also going to be doing normal basic colors into the site, so I'm going to add this one here, and I'm going to add another one there. And I'm going to write a little bit about it in the coding here. That way it keeps my code nice and neat, and I know where everything goes. Main color, like this right here, this will only be shown in the code itself. It won't be shown in the style. This is just what you want to write for your mind when you're coding. Alright, so this keeps it nice and neat. I'm also going to be putting for body background color. That way I know that's meant for background. I like to keep my code nice and neat like that. It's my signature. That's how I do it. Alright. So now I'm going to have to actually change these colors. 6 zeros is blacks. In this editor here, you can actually use this for your color chart to get your color from here. But since I have my color chart on my own website open, I might as well do this. So for link, I'm going to make it like here. Copy that. Paste it here. For visited, what I'm going to do here, since I visited, I'm going to make it a little bit darker because I know it's been active. Alright, for hover, let's do blue. Something like that's readable. I don't know if that's readable enough. Time will only tell. And it looks like I screwed up right here. The pound's missing. Alright, active. Let's make that active. Alright, so I'm going to save this. So now it should have changed. Yeah, it's a little bit brighter. I'm going to show you as an example. It did change. I can't really see it because I changed like the background color. You get the idea, but it's active. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work with this super uber awesome bar down here. And with this bar, what I'm going to do is damn it. trying to get to the right area. That's it? Yeah, okay, this is it. So it's the F bar, which will be the footer. And for my own mind, I'm going to use this again. I'm just going to call it footer. That way I know it's just footer. Alright. Now in the footer, I don't want original background color. I think it'll be just too damn plain. Border, I'll deal with that after. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be calling background image. This is CSS3, so this won't work for every browser. There is also a limit on versions for this part, so liner gradient, I believe. I'm trying to remember this offhand here. I hope I didn't screw that up. I think let's do 45 degree. You know what? This is too slow. Let's go to my other site here. Way too slow. Oh, it looks like you didn't customize this from my website. Good catch, I guess. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make my own here. Let's go to bottom. There we go. Okay, the bottom color is gonna be black. Oh. Enough. Top color is gonna be. It doesn't really matter. I just want this, so I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna go back here. I'll make my own here. Pound 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm also going to do it here. This is going to be important. Pound important. And I can always continuously make more colors. That's the enjoyable part about this. Pound 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like I said, this doesn't work with everything. I'm also going to do 45 degree. I'll show you exactly why I do a degree. It makes it so much easier instead of doing top to bottom or top to right. It's kind of a pain in the ass, and I'll show you why. And it looks like I screwed that up. Let's see if I got one here. Here, I'll try this. Why am I having problems? Sorry, guys. Not in it. What in the fuck? Here. Retarded. Problem central here. Alright. 45 degree. Alright, and I said, oh yeah, that's right, I didn't do the percentages. Duh, my bad. What's he gonna do? Pound 1. Oh. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. What am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Also 0%. And I'm cutting that off as well. Alright. So now I made 3 colors. What I'm going to do for the top part. Oh, I'm going to have to. I'm just showing it out like that. So let's go to degree and I'll show you why I put degree in here. See that? I can move it around. Alright. So let's make this bright. Oh, this will be black. What now? Ugh. Let's remove it. Fuck it. Alright. Let's make you to 100. What does this one do here? Ah, that's more like it. Alright, now I got what I want. Although, I wanted another color in there. Okay. So, let's make you go up. Let's make you go down a bit. Wait, up. Down. Always a problem, guys. Always a problem. Alright, let's make this a little bit darker. Alright, that actually looks alright. Fucking problem with gradients, man. What a pain in the ass. Alright, now since that's done, I'm going to also make this black. I'm not done yet. I want to make box shadow. I'm gonna do pound 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a color. I can do 3 as being black, but that's how I'm gonna do it. So now my box shadow is going to have 0 pixels. I'm probably gonna do 10. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make that 0 and then 1 pixel. I'll show you exactly what that does. Import it here in a couple of seconds, and I'll do it with red so you kind of see it. Can you see that at the top there? And I'll show you what this one does. Watch real careful. So that's what that one does. I don't need it, so it can stay to 0. I can't get rid of it or I'll break this. Let's make it about there, and let's turn that back to black. Alright. Hopefully you're kind of getting an idea of how this is. Sorry, I had issues with my background image, and it was probably confusing to you, the living hell, but I hope it wasn't that bad. Oops. Okay, so my background image is there. I'm going to go back to my border and box shadow, since those are custom and I added that. I'm also going to put important at the end of this. Save it. So now when I go refresh, it's permanently like that, as you can see. Alright, now for those colors that like the main color and the second color, I'll show you exactly why I added that. For my secondary color, I'm just going to copy this just because. Really? Okay. Okay, this is something else I'm going to show you guys too. If there is no style for something, right? If it doesn't show that style here, always look at the HTML. If it shows like an ID or a class, you can use that. So you see here's ALS as an ID. ID would be a pound, class would be a dot. So pound, and then the name of it would be there for my second color. So I can go over here and it went black. So now I actually got a style for it. I'm just going to change the color. Offered in, yeah, let's make that brighter. That doesn't look too bad. And let's add it here. I hope you guys are kind of understanding how this is working. Alright, now for the buttons. Let's see what they have. Alright, they actually got a few things here in the buttons. They got one that's just the button itself and one with hover. When you hover over it, it'll show a different color, and then the other one will just be just normal color without hovering. And I can see that they're already using background images, and I see the WebKit liner there. And we're going to use their WebKit liner, but I'm going to change the color. Let's try that. So maybe, yeah, I think that would look good. And for border, this original border will be all the way around the button. It doesn't have to be just button, it can be anything. So border is all the way around, and then you can have border left, border right, border top, and border bottom. So let's keep that in mind. Let's make that black, like so. That doesn't look too bad for a button. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy their background image. I don't have to, but I can, and I'm going to. And I'm just going to call this for buttons. Again, this is my own writing. That way I know it's for buttons. And then we're going to find out what they're using for code. So this one's just hover. I don't want hover, so I'm going to use this. This is without hover. So this will be the color without hover. It's also going to have the border. Oh, I forgot to put important on the color. Here, let's just break that up so you can see it a little bit better and understand it. Like so. Alright, so that'll be without hover. And then I'll show you one with hover. And then this one's just going to be called with hover. Alright, so I'm going to copy the exact same thing over again. Except I don't have to copy, actually I'll copy the border because they probably added it in there as well. So this time with hover, I'm going to put hover. You know, same thing like up here, as you see. Right? So that'd be it for that. So I'm going to save this. As you can see. Alright, now we're going to deal with the colors that they have on those buttons. I'm also going to add it here with like a colon, I think. I can't remember what that's called. See, I totally got fucking punctuation problems at the moment. Alright. So that's the right color. Alright, now what I'm going to do with hover is, I should find hover in here somewhere. Oh, by the way, I'm going to show you a little trick. If you can't get hover to show up, it's going to move this off of that. Go back on here, go to inspect element. Make sure you don't move your mouse over here. If you do, then you might lose that hover. Anyway, if that made any sense to you, but here's mine that I've added. Let's make this a little bit darker. Why isn't it showing it in real time? That's weird. Oh, now it is. Oh, see what I mean? So I don't want to make it that dark. Yeah, I could do right there. So I'm going to copy this over here. See, button with hover. It makes it easier to find where your code is. Now, for the input box. Alright, I see they got some wacky ass fucking border colors here. Alright, for the box. What do you got here? No. Background. Really? Okay, so they got an inner color inside that box. I don't want that. It needs to be transparent to me. So I'm going to make another code here somewhere. I'm going to call this transparent. And doing so, I can make the color background color, and this is going to be transparent as said, and I'm going to make that important. Yeah, okay. Brain fart. Oh, and I gotta put a bracket at the end there. Alright, save it. And so now that is going to be transparent. It's going to be denied. Now I'm going to go up and find their main code here. Here it is. I think this would be it. Yeah, this is it. Okay. Now since I ditched the original background color that's inside the box, if I would have left it, it wouldn't be as gray as this. You see white on the inside yet. So let's make it to about there. I'm making my own border. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to make it solid. And I'm going to put it 1 pixel. Important. Okay. And I'm also going to put a box shadow. Okay. And it's going to be 0 pixels. Oh, I have to do pixel. And 1 pixel. Inset? Yeah, inset. Inset, what inset does, it's inside the border barrier. Outset, you don't even have to type that in, but that'd be on the outside of the barrier. As you can see, it's now on the inside. I can show you. See? And there. It kind of gives it a little bit of a 3D look, right? That's what I'm looking for. And I'm going to copy those. And the background color. I guess I'm copying other shit too I gotta remove that I don't want. I guess I gotta, you know what, fuck, here, I'll just copy the whole works and I'll remove what I don't want. Okay, I'm gonna do input. Since that's input, I want to keep the background color. I don't want to keep these borders because I made my own, right here, and my box shadow. I don't need the height or vertical because that's already been in there. They built that. I don't need to deal with it. All right, now for the input also needs a color, but what I'm gonna do, since I'm gonna show you something here real quick. With inputs, I'll just type in something. As you see, it's black, right? What I can do, let's find, see, this is input right here. I can use their ID or their class in order to make a color. But if I type input, this input will work for buttons. It'll work for this input text field and pretty much everything. For just color only, I would recommend only using it for the color. So you type in input and I put my bracket at the end of that, or my whatever. So that's pretty much it. Kind of get the idea how this works. You're basically using this. You're figuring out what you want to add in here, and basically, yeah, that's all, folks. What else we got here? I can do Google image here. Since this Google image uses ID HTTP logo, as you can see here, the background image is inside the HTML div tag. So I can still touch it and modify it because it shows the ID here, or a class. Either way, it doesn't matter. I can go over here. I can write the HP logo. I'm just gonna type again, call this a logo. Get the idea. And let's find out their main background here. It says background URL, whatever URL is, and no repeats, right? I can type that in here, put important, make my own logo. You know, let's go to my search engine here. My search engine's got a nice logo right there. Let's copy that beast. And let's paste it here. Just see what it looks like. You know what? Here, I'll just paste it right here. Alrighty. Done. And save that and see what it looks like. And I can see that it's been cut off. Okay. So let's put width equals 600 pixels. Is that enough? And it looks like I can't do anything with it. You can see it's not affecting it, and this is where important will override the original. And now it's overrode. Just put it over here. Yeah, look at that. I can also copy that with. I can just copy this entire freaking section, and I can just put it right here. Save it. There you go. Hope kind of gives you an idea of what it looks like. That's pretty much the basics on how to use user styles. I haven't seen any other video out there how to do this. If you guys are still watching this, thank you for continuing to watch. Please do resubscribe and hopefully see more videos like this. For the users that are starting out, like I said though, just make your code nice and neat. Don't put it on global for a style just built for one site. That'll piss somebody off. I'm sure it will. And yeah, that's basically it. In the editors themselves, When you type something in, I don't know if you've noticed when I was working with it, but I can type in BO and it shows border. I can put in BA and it'll show background. So that should help you out a little bit when you're doing this. If you're still confused about some of the CSS, you can always use the search engine to find out what would suit you better for that. And the more you keep doing these styles, the more you'll get better at it and maybe come to my level of coding or better. There is one crucial step I almost forgot to tell you guys. When you're posting this on user styles, you got to make sure that your code is 100% perfect. If it's not, then user styles will not take your code. You won't be able to publish your theme. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make sure your code is clean. Down in the description, you'll get this W3C CSS validation. What you can do is you can take your entire code, copy it, send it over to the validation, paste it in here, and hit check. As you can see, I have an issue there on line 10. Right here, right? And this is main color, important. Alright, apparently I have nothing in here for an ID or a class or anything, so. And it said line 10. Yeah, right here. See, main color. So I never added anything in there, so there's no point for me to have it. So I'm just going to hit copy real quick. Go back to the validation, back out. And paste in the new one. And it says, congratulations, no errors. So that means my code is actually 100% clean. It is now good for user styles. So when you actually do go to user styles here, go into your account, go into create a new style. You just put in your name, whatever your name's going to be, right? And you type in a little bit of description about it and some additional info. What's really nice is if you put versions on here and what you've actually added that is new. For the CSS, what you're going to have to do is you're going to go back into your style here. You're going to hit to Mozilla format. Then you're going to copy this. And then you're going to paste it here. So when you have your info, and description, you're gonna have to choose screenshot. I'm sure you can find some way of how to print your screen and be able to make it to 200 kilobytes. I recommend JPEG, or I'm sure they got you can look for more info on screenshots. You can automatically generate them. I don't know. You can figure it out from there. I use Snagit, and I like downgrade my screenshots from there. I'm doing it that way. You can do your distribution thing down here, and you just save. That's it, and your theme is now posted. So hopefully this helped you guys out. If you're still watching this, please do rate, subscribe. It's very helpful to me, and it's helpful to me make more videos for you. So other than that, take care, and hopefully this helped you out a lot.